Eclipse. 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 Hey, I just made an Antonioni movie. There you are. Anyway, hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer guy here with another review that you're all gonna hate because I can't stand this fool. Number 278, Michelangelo Antonioni's L'Eclipse. 1962, 128 6 minutes Italian. It's like we've only seen the other what was the other one, La Ventura, and I'm just like, I'm just like, with this guy. I'm so over this guy and his artsy fartsy shit that he does. But anyway, yeah. So what can I tell you about this? So, but yeah. Anyway, well, let me give you the plot before I tear into this one. So this woman, Vittoria, breaks up with her ex-fiance or something, Riccardo, spelled with 2 C's because they can, and tries to get away from him, and he chases her down. They walk and say goodbye. He meets her mother. She meets her mother at this trading, the stock market. Everybody's trading stuff and all that, and she meets this young stockbroker whose name I can't remember. Maybe it says it in here. Played by Alan DeLoyne. What was his name? Piero. That's his name. Piero, and Piero falls for Vittoria, and they, first she's like, she doesn't want to have a relationship with him, but she ends up falling for him, and they get together and they have sex, and they agree to meet at this place. I think this place in the park. And at the end of the movie, they basically don't meet, and that's it. I don't know. That's the basic plot. So, I mean, there's a lot of details I'm missing, and I'm sure there's a lot of subtext I'm missing. But honestly, it's just one of those movies that you're either gonna love or you're gonna hate. And of course, me being the overtly unintelligent person I am, I fall into the latter category. I think it's just one of those movies that, like, I think some of it is just like the last 10 minutes of the movie with the ending where it's just, they meet and they don't meet each other, and there's a lot of random shots of people and like sidewalk and water running, and then the creepy soundtrack and all that, and this all avant-garde shit that he pulls off. I think it's kind of like that, where it's like you have this plot that's not horrendously solid, but it's there, and we try to follow it, relatively well up until the end, where it just stops. It's like he ran out of ideas, and he said, "Hey, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's here, look at this piano. Hey, look at this printer. Not that the printers existed, that kind of thing. Let's just do that for 7 minutes and just end it, I mean, like, it's like I talk about plot, in movies, and I'm so, I love plot, and I think a plot is more or less integral to a movie. I mean, I have learned through the Criterion Collection that you can make a movie without a plot and make it a good movie. Like, Linklater's It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books, there's no real plot in that movie. I mean, as far as I can tell, and I think it's awesome. It's way better than Slacker, because there are these little mini plots, they're just in that movie that just don't work, But here's one concept. This one concept is this guy, one character traveling, doing things, and no plot. But just like to have like a decent plot in a movie and then just stop, just doesn't work. I mean, another reason I don't like this movie very much is because of the sequence where Victoria's with her friends, and she dresses up in blackface and dances like an African native because they talk about one of their trips to Kenya. I didn't think that was very interesting. I didn't think that was very right. And then when they break down and call Africa, 6 million monkeys, I thought that was pretty fucked up. I mean, obviously in this, I mean, it was the 60s. There was a lot of civil unrest, but you would think that it wouldn't be happening in like Italy or something like that. I mean, obviously in the home here in the United States, there's a lot of civil unrest in the 60s. But to know that racism was still really prevalent even in Italy. I mean, well, Italy's a pretty fucked up place anyway. I mean, like, look at our friend Pasolini. I think that's obvious proof that Italy's pretty fucked up. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I didn't like the racism. But there it is, and I think that was. I think that's something we can all get behind. Think like, and it wasn't like. I don't think they weren't trying to prove a point. They were just Victoria puts on, dresses up as a native to have fun, and these racist characters, in there, it's I don't know. It's like he didn't have to write. That's the thing. He didn't have to write these characters in. He didn't have to write that sequence in, but he put it in there, which makes me wonder what the fuck was going on in his head. I wonder what the fuck's going on in his head every minute I watch of one of his movies, which I've only seen. I've only seen 2, and I think there's only 3 more that we have. The Red Desert, Identification of a Woman, and La Notte. And La Notte, that bugs me too, because apparently I forgot about this, or I didn't realize this, when I was watching La Ventura until I got to this movie. La Ventura, La Notte, and L'Eclisse are all considered part of a trilogy. With them being in order, I think La Ventura was 60, La Notte was 61, and L'Eclisse was 62. However, La Notte is number 700 and something or other, isn't till, or 600, 500, much later in the Criterion collection, and it makes me wonder. Why? We've already seen that Criterion doesn't give a shit about like order or anything like that. Releasing something like putting Branded to Kill before Tokyo Drifter, putting The Naked Kiss before Shock Corridor, that kind of thing. So obviously they don't care about order. They're just being random as Antonioni's direction is. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you released La Ventura. I can get like not releasing them one at a time. That's fair, I didn't expect them to release La Ventura, and then I didn't expect the last 3 of the first 100 to be La Ventura, La Notte, and L'Eclisse. I didn't expect L'Eclisse to be number 100. But I didn't expect. It's like maybe they couldn't get the rights to La Notte, but why didn't they like work on that more, more, and then like why did they, if they could, why did they wait so long? And if they could, like, why, like, if getting the rights to, I guess I understand if getting the rights to Eclipse was, a time sensitive thing, like if they missed out on getting the rights and being able to release it, they would never be able to, and so they swooped in and got it so that they could have it, and it's still in print. Eclipse is still in print. But yeah, but then they waited so long, and they released all these other, Red Desert and Identification of a Woman, these other Antonioni movies, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But Criterion rarely makes sense, so what the hell? Yeah, the movies they make don't make sense. So just like this one. So, yeah. So here's another review. Here's another movie that everybody likes but me. And there you are. What do we give this one? What do I give this rating? It's racist. It's stupid. Monica Vitti is a really annoying actress to look at. And that's funny because I was making comparisons to Fellini in my head earlier, and it's like I don't know. I mean, like, because they're two Italian directors that I have problems with. Fellini, however, on the other hand, like, see, here's the thing. Fellini has Giulietta Messina. I mean, like, his movies are weird. Some of his movies are just weird, but they have plots, and there's a lot of imagery, and they're weird. I mean, some of them are a little more complete than others, like, and the ship sails on, you know. It has it's weird, and it's got all these weird images, but it does have an ending, you know. I mean, something like Amarcord is a little more ambiguous, a little more ambiguous. But then he has movies that, you know, that make sense all through and throughout, like, you know, La Strada and Nights of Cabiria, you know. I mean, Nights of Cabiria has a little more ambiguous ending too, but you know, honestly, with that one, you kind of just let it sit, you know. That last scene, you just kind of let it sit. But so yeah, so I was like, Antonioni, I mean, at least with Fellini, even with the weird ones like Julia of the Spirits and Amarcord, I mean, well, maybe not Amarcord, but at least with something like Julia of the Spirits, at least with Julia of the Spirits, he has Giulietta Messina, beautiful actress, amazing actress, very talented. And, you know, but it's like, you know, but Monica Vitti is basically Barbra Streisand. She looks like Barbra Streisand, except Barbra Streisand doesn't have that big of a nose compared to her. Yeah, I said it. So, yeah. And I was like, that's the same stupid woman from La Ventura who just stares at shit all the time, you know? Like, and she's in Red Desert too. I guess it's Antonioni's wife, I'm assuming. I don't know. It's like, but you know, Fellini, at least Fellini has a better wife, you know, better actress, and a better actress too, much better actress than Vitti. I mean, I think Messina's, you know, can do dramatics, comedy, you know, everything, you know, but Vitti just stares at shit. Just stares at shit as if she's brain dead. She's like one of those. I mean, she could have been a professional turkey. You know, sitting there with the rain, and they look up at the rain, and they got their mouth open and just staring up, you know. That's Vitti for you. So yeah, now that I've torn apart the star actress, I had no problem with Alan DeLoyne, you know, or the guy who played Ricardo Francisco Rabal, because you know, it's whatever, you know. But yeah, so anyway, D-, F+. D. I'm gonna give it a D-. No, I'll give it a D-. No, I'll give it a D. D. I liked the stock trading, the stock market scenes. Those were done pretty well. The scene where they do the moment of silence for the banker who had the heart attack, I thought that was kind of neat. That was like the one good scene in the movie. But the rest of it was just pointless and stupid. I mean, the racism and the Kenya scene and just the ending, it just doesn't. I don't like this dude's work, you know. And there it is. I just don't like his work so far. I mean, now I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he did do a movie in 1970 called Zabriskie Point, which Pink Floyd did part of the soundtrack to. And I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, so I do want to see that movie just to hear the soundtrack. And I want to give it the benefit of the doubt because because Pink Floyd is in that movie. So yeah, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Just maybe it's this trilogy. Maybe Red Desert, Identification of a Woman are better movies. Now Red Desert might not be that great because Vitti's in it, but I don't think Identification of a Woman. I don't think she's in that. But let me take a quick look here. She probably is because heaven forbid he do a movie. Number 585, Identification of a Woman. No. Yes. Yeah, of course. No, she isn't. No, just somebody who looks like her. Anyway, so maybe Identification of a Woman will be a good movie. And I know there's others he's done, like Blow Up, which is, and The Passenger, which I know American audiences went ape shit for Blow Up, but I'm looking at it and thinking, I think my brother's seen it. I think Josh has seen it, and yeah, I don't know if he thought it was kind of weird. And that one's not in the Criterion Collection though. Maybe someday. It probably will someday. We'll see. But yeah, so Eclipse. I'm done yakking about this. Eclipse D. Blah. Now this is funny enough. This is actually they sent me the dual format version, so it's got the Blu-ray. It's got the Blu-ray and the 2 DVD set. So yeah, so I watched the DVDs just because, just for fun. And disc 1 has just the movie commentary. Disc 2 is just 2 supplements. Is a 56-minute documentary called Michelangelo Antonioni: The Eye That Changed Cinema. It was done in 2001. It's just basically kind of a clip show of like scenes from his movies and interviews with him, and up until like the 90s when he did like this movie with the short film. I forget the name of it. Yeah, and then there's a new interview, a 22-minute piece called Elements of Landscape, which is basically this has Adriano Apra, who is a film critic, and Carlo Di Carlo, who's a guy who worked with, collaborated with Antonioni quite a bit, and they talk about the last scene of the Eclipse and scenes throughout and themes and things like that. And yeah, so that's all I can say. So, this movie sucks. I'm sorry, but there it is. I'm just not looking forward to the rest of them, though. Although the next Antonioni movie we won't have to see for another 3 years, for 3 years or so. Red Desert's next, and that's in the 500s. So, whew. Anyway, Eclipse D. Blah. Anyway, so that's it for me today. I think I told you that. Now here's the thing. I think I told you, yeah. So told you next is Young Torless, and I said we were going to do this Wednesday. Although I actually have work on Wednesday, so I'm thinking that. Although this one looks pretty short, I don't know how long the scores of the new interview. It's probably an hour. The movie's 87 minutes, so it's probably an hour documentary or interview. Because that was the same with the Tin Drum. This Tin Drum was an hour-long discussion when they talked with Schlondorf, or was it Schlondorf? Yeah. So yeah, so I'm thinking we might actually just go ahead and get a hop, skip, and a jump ahead, and go ahead and do Young Torless on Wednesday, and then I'm actually off Friday. So Thursday we'll do Sword of Doom, and then Friday we'll do Jules and Jim, which I don't have yet, and then Saturday we'll get started on we'll do the Lady Vanishes, and then we'll get caught up on that, and then Wednesday we'll do, and then Monday we'll start on the Watch the 3 War Films set, and then every Saturday, and then that Saturday we'll do probably Hard Boiled, either Hard Boiled or the Seventh Seal, probably maybe both. I don't know. I don't remember how many supplements, all the supplements that are on Seventh Seal. I know it's a 2-disc set, so it's probably pretty lengthy, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not sure about Hard Boiled. I think I liked Hard Boiled. I just can't remember a thing about it. I mean, The Killer I remember pretty well. There are a lot of iconic scenes in The Killer that I remember pretty well, but Hard Boiled just didn't stick with me as well. So I may give that a watch. Give it a watch and just review it. I mean, I don't think I didn't like it. I don't think I didn't hate it, or I hate it or anything like that. But it's just one of those things that's like, it was so early. It was like, almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So it's been a while. So, it'd be nice to be able to watch it again. Go back and just watch it just because, Anyway, so that's it for me. So we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll probably be back on Wednesday. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Don't put random shit in your movies. Unless there's a point to it all. There's a true, honest to fucking God point. Unless you're Linklater, in which the whole movie is random, that's cool. Oh, you know what? No, you know what? I'm not gonna end right now. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Tell you a funny story that happened to me. I meant to tell you this in my own private Idaho review because it happened that day when I did the review. Last week I went to my local video store and I was looking. I had a 20% off any used DVD coupon, and I was looking around and I found Night in the City, and I was like, okay, cool. So I held on to it because I thought I'll get it. But then I was like, but I found something else to actually use the coupon on, so I put it back. And so the next day, right before I did my own private Idaho review, I went to my old library that was having a book sale, and I was looking on their DVDs, and I found Night in the City again. So I was like, it's only $2.50 here. There was going to be, I think the price tag was $18.99. So I was like, oh shit, I'm definitely picking it up for $2.50. But then I realized it's the original cover, and I forgot that this is one that they issued on Blu-ray. And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh dang, okay. So I went and put it back, saved a little money. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I kind of like the original cover. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd maybe open it up to discussion. Like, are there any times when you guys feel like the original artwork was better than the re-release, or versa versa? You know, I mean, well, no. You know what? No, because obviously, I mean, most of the time, the original artwork sucks, in my personal opinion. Like Yojimbo and Shanjuro, you know, or the Seventh Seal. I think the Seventh Seal artwork is really weak. The Third Man is really weak. The original artwork. And there are a couple others that I can't think of. I didn't mind Rafifi, the Rafifi cover with the guy on the cover, and then the reissue is like the poster with the guy and the hand like picking the jewel. So yeah, so I'm gonna open it up. This is a forum. Comment below. Are there any instances when the reissued artwork is better or worse than the original artwork? I really want to hear back from you guys on this. So anyway, so yeah, so that was kind of funny story. I almost bought it, but I forgot. I do want to get it on Blu-ray. I am digging the Blu-ray format, and they look great with my HDMI cable and and all that. So it's worth it. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't put random shit in your movies, like I said. If you're Monica Vitti, get a nose job. And yeah, so anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on Wednesday, if you're still watching this, all you Antonionites. We'll see you on Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. We'll probably see you on Wednesday or Thursday for Young Torless. And until then, Eclipse. Oh god, I can't wait for the actual Eclipse. The Criterion series, anyway. Good night.